Okay, guys, I'm going to try this again. The one before, you just could not see the numbers. So I'm going to try this again. What we're doing is finding volume of a cylinder and a cone. Volume is filling something up, filling the container up, regardless of what it is, water, some kind of fluid, sand, whatever it is, concrete, whatever it is. So when you're looking at the formula, this is the formula for finding the volume of a cylinder. You always want to look to see if you have any capital letters. Capital letters mean that you have to do some kind of work to find it. Lowercase letters, you can just look at the picture. So the height of this cylinder is 3. So we can just look at it and know the height is 3. But big B, that means that you got to do some kind of work to find it. And big B means the area of the base. So we have to find the area of this base. Well, what is the base? The base is a circle. So what I do is I tell my kids to draw separately. Just make a little section where you draw the base. You find everything you need in that formula. So now everything is nice and organized in this box. Everything you need to put into the formula is right there. Nice and organized. So how do you find the area? Let me give myself a little more room. How do you find the area of a circle? That's pi r squared. Yeah, we can see that much better. So pi, we're going to use 3.14. And what's the radius in this problem? If you look up here, the radius is 2. So 3.14 times 2 squared, which is 4, I believe gives us an area of, I'm going to have to lower this down a little bit here. It should be like 12 point something, 12.56, that's right. So the base, the area of the base is 12.56. We got what we need. And what's the height of the cylinder? It's 3 centimeters. I got it right there. So now I've got everything I need right here in my box. Big B is 12.56. We just found the area right there. Area of the base. Area of the base is 12.56. And the height, we looked at the picture and saw it was 3. So 3 times 12.56 gives us 37.68. And that would be centimeters cubed. Sorry, guys, I'm running out of room here. So how do we find the volume of a cylinder? Well, here's the formula. We have to take the area of the base and multiply by the height. So how do you find the area of the base? The base is a circle. How do you find the area of a circle? It's pi r squared. Pi is 3.14. The radius was 2, so we square 2 and get 4. 4 times 3.14 is 12.56. So that's the area of this circle. That's the area of the base, 12.56. So our big B is 12.56, and we multiply that by our height. Our height, oh my bad, height, which is 3. 12.56 times 3 is 37.68. All right, so the only difference between a cylinder and a cone is you divide by 3. So let me move this over this way. Here is the cone. So there's a picture of my cone. You can see it's the exact same as the cylinder. I've got a radius of 2, and the height of the cone is 3. So just like I said before, you always want to draw your base. There's my base. It's got a radius of 2. All right. If you look at the formula, I got a big B, so I've got to find the area of my base. How do we find the area of the base? Just like we did before, it's pi r squared. Pi is going to be 3.14. We're going to multiply that by the radius squared. Our radius was 2. So 2 squared is 4, and we're going to multiply that by pi, and we get 12.56. Okay, so now we know big B, just like we did before. Then you look at the picture, you see that the height is 2. So down here I'm going to put height is 3, my fault. And now we got everything. I'm running out of room up here. I'm trying to make sure we can see all of this. Okay, so base of the cone is a radius, is a circle that has a radius of 2. So radius is 2. 2 squared is 4. Multiply that by pi. Our base is 12.56, just like we did with the cylinder. Then lowercase h, which means we just look at the picture and see that the height is 3. So my height is 3. So in this cloud or whatever, I have everything I need. I've got the area of the base, which is 12.56, and I've got the height, which is 3. Okay? So little trick here, if you're multiplying on top and you're dividing by one of the numbers on top, you can just cancel them out. So what's left over is 12.56. But essentially what we did was we multiplied 12.56, the area of the base, times the height, which is 3, and then divided by 3, and that's 12.56. And just like we did with cylinders, that's going to be centimeters cubed. Or if I didn't say that with volume, it's always cubed. It's always millimeters cubed, centimeters cubed, inches cubed, feet cubed. Or you might see cubic feet or cubic centimeters. Better be something about cubing or to the third power, because volume is a three-dimensional measurement. You got length, width, and height. All right, so cylinder and cone, just one more time. Cylinder and cone. Let's show this up here. Here's your two formulas. Here's cylinder, area of the base times height. Here's cone, area of the base times height, divided by 3. So when you look at this, really the only thing that you really need to be able to do, because we're able to use a calculator, right? The only thing we really need to be able to do is find big B, which is the area of a circle. And that was a couple years ago, so we should be good to go on these. All right. That's volume of a cylinder and a cone.